இனிய மாலை வணக்கங்கள் எல்லோருக்கும். நாம் இன்றைய தியானத்தை ஆரம்பிப்போம். கைகள் இரண்டும் மடி மீது வைத்து கண்களை மெதுவாக மூடிக்கொள்வோம். கவனத்தை முதலில் நமது இதய சக்கரத்திற்கு எடுத்து வருவோம். நம் ஆத்மாவின் மீது கவனத்தை வைத்து தன்னையே நம் ஆத்மாவை ஒளிப்படைய செய்யுங்கள். நம்முடைய ஆத்ம சக்தி எங்கும் பரவுவதற்கு அருள் புரியும். நாம் ஒரு தூய ஆத்மா என்ற தத்துவத்தை நாம் எப்போதும் நம் மனதில், நம் எண்ணங்களில், நம் செய்கைகளில் நிலைத்திருப்பதற்கு அருள் புரியும். நம் ஆத்மாவிற்கு எதிரான எந்த சிந்தனைகள், செயல்கள், புரியாமல் இருக்கும் உயர்ந்த குணத்தை நமக்கு தந்தரும். அப்படியே நம் கவனத்தை மெதுவாக நம் உச்சந்தலை சகஸ்ராரத்துக்கு எடுத்து செல்வோம். அன்னையே நம் குண்டலினி சக்தியும் நம் ஆத்ம சக்தியும் நம் சகஸ்ராரத்தில் எப்போதும் நிலைத்திருக்க உங்களை பிரார்த்திக்கின்றோம். அங்கு அந்த பரமாத்மாவுடன் எப்போதும் தொடர்பில் இருக்க உங்களை பிரார்த்திக்கின்றோம். இந்நிலையில் நாம் நமது குண்டலினி சக்தி எழுப்பி கவசமிட்டுக் கொள்வோம்.
Left hand has to be put in front like that, and the right hand is to be turned in a clockwise manner. Let's do it. Like that, you start moving it up, take it up like this, take it up, push back your head and loosen your shoulders and give it a twist. Now you tie it up there. One. You'll see the results just now, the proof of it. Now again do it. Take it up, push back, give another time. Now the third one has to be 3 times you have to tighten. Again do it. It's very simple. Everybody can do it. 1, 2, and 3. Like this. And give a kind of a protection to your aura. Now 1, this one protection to the 7 centers of 7. Then 2, then again the 3, then the 4, then the 5, all the centers, then to the 6, and then to the 7.
தொடர்ந்தும் கவனத்தை நாம் சஹஸ்ராரா சக்கரத்தில் வைத்து நம்முடைய இடது வலது மைய நாடிகளை சமநிலைப்படுத்துவோம். நாடிகள் சமநிலைப்படுத்துவதற்கு பல முறைகள் இருக்கின்றன. நாம் வழமையாக இடது கை மடியில் வலது கை பூமியில் வைத்து இடது நாடியையும், வலது கை மடியில் இடது கை ஆகாயத்தை நோக்கி செலுத்தி வலம் நாடியையும், இரு கைகளையும் பூமியில் வைத்து மைய நாடியையும் சுத்தப்படுத்துவோம். சுத்தப்படுத்தும் போது அந்த உறுதிமொழிகளை கூறிக்கொள்வோம், அல்லது அந்த 3 மகா காளி, மகா சரஸ்வதி, மகாலட்சுமி மந்திரங்களை உச்சரிப்போம். இன்னொரு வகையில் சமநிலைப்படுத்துவது, நாம் 3 மகா மந்திரங்கள், அத்துடன் கணேச மந்திரம், அதைத் தொடர்ந்து கணேச ஆதர்வசேஷம், இவற்றை பாடியும் நாம் நாடிகளை சமநிலைப்படுத்தலாம். இன்று அந்த முறையில் நாம் நாடிகளை சமநிலைப்படுத்தி தியானத்தை தொடர்வோம். இரு கைகளும் மடியில் இருக்கட்டும். முதலில் நாம் 3 மகா மந்திரம் மற்றும் கணேச மந்திரத்தை கூட்டாக பாடுவோம்.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका
தொடர்ந்து நாம் நமது நாடிகளை சமநிலைப்படுத்துவோம். இப்போது 2 கைகளையும் மடியிலிருந்து எடுத்து பூமி தாயின் மீது பதிப்போம். இடது கை இடப்பக்கமும் வலது கை வலப்பக்கமுமாக தரையில் பதிப்போம். ஸ்ரீ கணேசர் ஆதர்வ ஷேர்ஸ் ஸ்லோகத்தை கூட்டாக பாடுவோம். நமது 3 நாடிகள், மூலாதாரம் மற்றும் எல்லா சக்கரங்களையுமே சமநிலைப்படுத்தும் சக்தி வாய்ந்தது இந்த ஸ்ரீ கணேசர் ஆதர்வ ஷீர்ஷம்.
प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदिदं त्वतो जायते सर्वं जगदिदं त्वतस्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि लयमेष्यति सर्वं जगदिदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरपो अनलो अनिलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणात्रयातीतः त्वं देहात्रयातीतः त्वं कालात्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वं योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मा स्वं विष्णु स्वं रुद्रा स्वं इन्द्रा स्वं अग्नि स्वं वायु स्वं सूर्या स्वं चन्द्रमा स्वं ब्रह्मा भूर्भुवः स्वरों गणादीं पूर्वमुच्चार्य वर्णादीं तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वारः परातरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण रुद्धम् एतत्तव मनुस्वरूपम् गकारः पूर्वारूपम् आकारो मध्यमारूपम् अनुस्वाराश्चान्त्यारूपम् बिन्दुरुदरारूपम् नादः सन्धानं सहिता सन्धिः सैषा गणेशा विद्या गणका ऋषिः निषद् गायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवता ॐ गं गणपतये नमः। एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशामङ्कुशधारिणं रदं च वरदं हस्तैर्बिभ्रणं मूषध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धनुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पिनं देवं जगत्कारणम् अच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च सृष्टयादो प्रकृते पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यं सह योगी योगिनां वरः नमो व्रातपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते अस्तु लम्बोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदामूर्तये नमो नमः साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः
கவனத்தை தொடர்ந்தும் சிதற விடாமல் நம்முள் வைத்திருந்து நாம் ஒவ்வொரு சக்கரமாக மேலே மேலே கவனத்தை எடுத்து தியானிப்போம். இரண்டாவது சக்கரமான சுவாதிஷ்டான சக்கரம். உறுதிமொழிகளை சுருக்கமாக எடுத்துக்கொள்வோம். அன்னையே, தூய அறிவும் கலைத்திறனும் தந்தருளுங்கள். நாபி சக்கரம். அன்னையே, வாழ்வில் அமைதியும் திருப்தியும் தந்தருளுங்கள். பவசாகரம். அன்னையே, நாமே நமக்கு சுயம் குருவாகும் வாக்கியத்தை தாருங்கள். இருதய சக்கரம். அன்னையே, நமக்கு தூய அன்பும் செலுத்தும் தூய அன்பு செலுத்தும் திறனையும் பாதுகாப்பு உணர்வு, பயமின்மை, மற்றும் பொறுப்புணர்ச்சி, தர்மத்தின் எல்லைகளையும் அறியும் சக்தியை தாருங்கள். கவனம் நம் விஷுதி சக்கரத்திற்கு வரட்டும். அன்னையே, குற்றமற்ற மனத்தையும் இனிமையாக மற்றவர்களை புண்படுத்தாமல் பேசும் திறனையும் இந்த பிரபஞ்சத்துடன் ஒன்றிணையும் கூட்டு விழிப்புணர்வையும் நம் எல்லோருக்கும் தந்தருளும். கவனம் நம் ஆக்ஞா சக்கரத்திற்கு வரட்டும். அன்னையே, நம்முள் இருக்கும் மமகாரம், அகங்காரம் இவற்றை அழித்து நம்முள் மன்னிக்கும் சக்தியை பலப்படுத்தும். நாம் எல்லோரையும் மன்னிக்கின்றோம், நம்மையும் மன்னித்தருளுங்கள். இன்றைய நம் வாழ்க்கைக்கு தேவையான அனைத்தையும் நமக்கு தந்தருளியதற்கு நன்றி. கவனத்தை சஹஸ்ரார சக்கரத்தில் வைப்போம். ஒரு நிமிடம் அமைதியாக தியானிப்போம். இந்த சஹஸ்ராரத்தில் நாம் அமைதியாக தியானிக்கும் போது இந்நிலையில் நம்முடைய நாடிகள், சக்கரங்கள் எல்லாமே ஒரு சமநிலையில், நல்ல ஒளிமயமான நிலையில் இருக்கும். இந்த ஒரு நிமிட தியானத்தின் போது அதை நாம் அனுபவ ரீதியாக உணர்ந்து தியானிப்போம். இந்த அமைதியான ஆழ்ந்த தியான நிலையில் நாம் மெதுவாக கண்களை திறந்து அன்னையின் அருளுரையை, சொற்பொழிவை கேட்போம்.
In these modern times, a place which is supposed to be a holy place becomes the most unholy place. It's such a topsy-turvy condition these days. And when we are trying to establish something very fundamental, it's like a little seedling that has to come out of the stones. It has to fight lots of things, so we have to keep our brains intact and be sensible about everything, and try to see what we can achieve through our patience and understanding. It's very important. today I think is a very great day for all of us, because this place is the place of Virat, of Sri Vithala. It's the place where Sri Vithala appeared to a devoted son, and when he asked him that you better stand on a break, he stood there. And they say that he stood there waiting. Some people say that the statue that we see came out of the Mother Earth on this sand. And that's what Pundarik carried, saying that these are the ones who came to see me and my parents. I was busy with them. So they are standing on the same brick which I threw. Now the whole story has to be taken in a very sensible way, with a common sense in it. That God Himself is capable of all kinds of miracles. We who are created by God are doing some things which look miraculous. Say, if you take about 100-year-old situation of this world, you can say that today we are seeing many things which could be miraculous. 100 years back, nobody could have thought that we could have all these arrangements done here in such a far-fetched places. But all these miracles come from the power of God. So, we are the creator of that wee bit, very wee bit of that miracle. So, all the miracles of God cannot be explained and should not be explained. They are beyond our minds. And to make people feel the presence of God, God can do anything. He can move into all the 3 dimensions and also in the 4th dimension. He can do whatever He feels like. That's what you have seen now in your every day-to-day life. How many miracles take place to all of you. And you can't understand how it works out. Even it works out on things which are not living. And people are quite amazed how these things happen. So we have to believe now, after seeing all this ourselves, that He is God. And He can do anything that He feels like. And we are nothing. We are nothing. There should be no rationality about it, of understanding God's miracles. How can it be? How could it be? You can't explain it. Only when you achieve that state of mind, where you believe through your experiences that God is all powerful. It's very difficult. This concept is very difficult because we are limited people. We have limited powers. And we cannot understand how God could be all powerful because we haven't got the capacity. So, this God, who is our creator, who is our preserver, one who desired that we should exist, who is our existence itself, is an all-powerful God. all powerful. He can do whatever he likes with you. He can create another world. He can destroy this world. It's only if he has to desire. Of your brain. Enlightenment of your brain means the limited capacity of your brain has to become unlimited in its capacity to realize God. I will not use the word understand, to realize God. How powerful He is, how miraculous He is, how great He is. The another is that the brain of man can create, of course, out of the dead. But when the spirit comes into brain, then you create living things, living work of Kundalini. Even the dead start behaving like living because you touch the spirit in the dead. Like the nucleus inside every atom or a molecule has the spirit of that molecule. And if you become your spirit, you can say the brain of a molecule or an atom is like the nucleus, body of the nucleus. But the one that controls the nucleus is the spirit that resides within the nucleus. So now you have got the attention or the body, the whole body of the atom, then the nucleus, and inside the nucleus is the spirit. In the same way, we have this body, the attention of the body. And then we have the nucleus is the brain, and the spirit is in the heart. So the brain is controlled through the spirit. How? That around the heart there are 7 auras. Which can be multiplied into any number. 7 raised to power 1600, which are the ones which watch the 7 chakras, raised to power 1600. 16,000, sorry. Now this spirit is watching through this aura, watching, I am again saying watching, through this aura. Can you sit down? Can you sit down? I think it will be better. There's no need to bother. Once you have put it down. This aura is watching the behavior of your 7 centers in your brain. So that's the first state where the watching auras start communicating to your different chakras in the brain and integrating it. But when you bring your spirit to your brain, this is the second state. Then you really become self-realized in the full way. In the full way. Because then yourself, that is the spirit, becomes your brain. Action is very dynamic. It opens then the 5th dimension in the human being. First, when you become realized, collectively conscious, and start raising the Kundalini, you cross the 4th dimension. But when your spirit comes into your brain, then you become the 5th dimension, means you become the doer. Our brain now, for example, says, all right, lift this thing up. So you touch it with your hand, you lift it up. You are the doer. But when the brain becomes the spirit is the doer. And when spirit is the doer, then you become a complete Shiva, self-realized. In that state, if you get angry, you are not attached. You are not an attached person to anything whatsoever. If you possess anything, you are not attached. You cannot attach, because spirit is detachment. Complete detachment. You don't bother about any attachments whatsoever. Even for a second you are not attached. Now, I would say, to understand the detachment of spirit, we should study ourselves very well, clearly, because the Shivaji Thanda started. Now, how do you practice this detachment? सगळ्यांना इंग्लिश समजता है ना थोडं थोडं? In the practice of Sahaja, you have to rise higher. You have to improve your own instrument and not the instrument of others. This is one thing. Symmetry can switch that because not attached, he can never be caught up by any roots or anything, nothing of the kind. Switch that. The detachment is to be watched and seen through your own attachments. Now, because you are realized souls, not yet, the spirit has not come into your brain, of course, but still you are realized souls. So, what you can do is at least to watch your attention with the You can watch your attention very clear by seeing where your attention is going. And then controlling your attention. Try to make body uncomfortable a little. What do you think it to be comfortable? That's why people went to Himalayas. Coming to this place itself has caused us a lot of problems. So going to Himalayas, you can imagine. So after realization, they used to take their body to Himalayas. All right, go through all this. Is the best way. In a simple Hindi language, Jaise Rakho, Taise Hero. Whichever way you keep me, I'll be. And Ale. Further in this way, Kabira says, If you make me go on an elephant, it's the royal. And yes, I'll go. If you watch me walk, I'll walk. Jaise rakh rahu, taise hi rahu. So no reaction on that. No reaction. First no explanation, no reaction. And with him are coming people with one eye, without nose, all kinds of funny people coming. And his wife feeling quite embarrassed at the nonsensical things people are talking about Shiva. He's not gonna. What's his reputation with people? But that doesn't mean that you become hippies. You see, this the problem is that once you start thinking like that, you become hippies. Many people believe that if you try to behave like Shiva, you become Shiva. Many. That if you take ganja, you become Shiva, because Shiva used to take ganja, because he was consuming all that. Finish off on this world. What does it matter whether it's a ganja or anything? Give him anything, he'll never get drunk. No question. He's consuming all that. What they think is they live like Shiva. The way he was detached about things. But it's not that if you say that all right, so in these circumstances, let us go about on one sheet wrapped around. The beauty that has evolved within you through spirit gives you that power that you can wear whatever you feel like. Makes no difference. Your beauty is there all the time. But have you achieved that state? And that state only you achieve when your spirit enters into your brain. With ego-oriented people is more difficult. And that's why they cannot enjoy things. At the slightest it they topple down. And spirit, which is the source of joy, just doesn't come. Doesn't show. The joy is beauty. The joy itself is beauty. But that is the state one has to achieve. Attachments come by various methods. Go a little ahead with it. Then you have attachments of your family. What will happen to my child? What will happen to my husband? What will happen to my mother, my wife, this, that. Who is your father and who is your mother? Who is your husband and who is your wife? For Shiva, he doesn't know all this. To him, he and his spouse are inseparable things. So he stands as singular personality. There's no duality. When there is duality, then only say, my wife. If you are the moon and you are the moonlight, then where is the duality? If you are the sun and you are the sunlight, you are the word and you are the meaning, then where is the duality? But when there is this separation, there is duality. And because of this separation, you feel attached. Because if you are that, how will you be attached? You see that one. Because there is a difference and a distance between you and yours. That's why you get attached. It's me. Who is the other? This whole universe is me. Who is the other? Everything is me. Who is the other? It's not that it's a brain wave or an ego wave. बसा 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 मी मागील जेव्हा लागत सगळ्यांना डिस्टर्ब होतं बसा फार गंभीर विषय होणार त्याला काही नको मला 9 तास जरी बसले ना तरी मला काही लागणार बसा आरामात बस डिस्टर्ब नाही करा बसून बस So who is the other? Nobody. That's only possible when your spirit comes into your brain and you become part and parcel of Virat itself. Virat is the brain, as I told. Then everything that you, when you show your temper, when you show your affection, when you show your compassion, everything is the spirit that is expressing. Because the brain has lost its identity, the so-called limited brain. It has become the unlimited spirit. I do not know. I really do not know how to give an analogy, a thing like that. But what we can do is to understand it. That if a color is dropped in the ocean, ocean becomes colorful. Is not possible. But or onto any part, any little wee bit, or onto any spot, onto any atom, or anything. It all becomes color. So the spirit is like the ocean which has the light in it. And when this ocean pours into the little cup of your brain, the cup loses its identity and everything becomes spiritual. Everything. You can make everything spiritual. Everything. You touch anything is spiritual. The sand becomes spiritual, land becomes spiritual, atmosphere becomes spiritual, celestial bodies become spiritual. Everything becomes spiritual. So it's the ocean that is the spirit, while your brain is spiritual. So the detachment from your limited brain has to be brought. All limitations of brain should be broken so that when this ocean fills that brain, break that little cup. And every bit of that cup will become colorful. The whole atmosphere, everything, whatever you locate should be color. Color of the spirit, the light. And this light of the spirit acts, works, thinks, coordinates, does it. This is the reason today I decided to bring Shiva Tattva to the brain. The first procedure is to take your brain towards the Shiva Tattva by telling it, see, where are you going, Mr. Brain? You're putting attention to this, you're putting attention to that, getting involved or detached from the brain, only the brain. Detach. And then take this detached brain, completely filled with the color of the spirit. It will automatically happen. As long as you will have these limitations, use your attention, it will not happen. Joy state. That is the time when you become Niranand. That's the joy named in the Sahasrara. The name of the joy is Niranand, and you know your mother's name is with it. Try to reduce. Like in food, I told today, Warren, ask them to eat less, not like gluttonous people. You see, once in a while, on a day of big banquet or anything, you eat more, but you can't eat every time like that. It's not a sign of surgery. Try to control. Try to control your speech. Whether you express temper in your speech, or you express your compassion, or you are artificially compassionate. Try to control. I know some of you may not do much. It's all right. I've tried, many times. I've tried. But most of you can. You should try. Like the first roots which have to reach for others much deeper, so that others can follow. Now for today's puja, we'll have a very short Ganesh Atharvashish. Just not washing my feet or anything much, but it's a saying of Atharvashisha. And you can put म्हणजे शिवपूजेला पाय वगैरे धुवायची काय गरज नाही, म्हणजे शुद्धच आहे. Shiva is all the time clean, pure, immaculate. What are you going to wash the immaculate? One may say that when you wash your feet, you get your vibrations in the water. It's so detached that there's no need to wash at a state where you get completely washed, completely cleaned out. Then we'll have a Devi Puja, because Gauri, who is virgin, is to be worshipped. We said the 108 names of the Virgin. Then we'll do a Shiv Puja. I'm sorry, I cannot tell you everything in one short speech, all about this. But detachment must start expressing itself in your realization. Detachment. What is surrendering is nothing. Because when you are detached, you are surrendered. Automatically. When you are holding on to the things, you are not surrendered. That's all. What is there to surrender me? I am such a detached person, I don't understand all that. What am I to get out of you? Absolutely nothing. So today I hope we all pray that, O Lord, give us strength and that source of attraction by which we give up all other attractions of all the pleasures of joy, of ego, of everything that we think of. But we should fall into the pure joy form of the Shiva. Absolutely. I hope I've been able to explain to you why I am here today and why today is a very big day. You all who are here are especially very lucky people who should think that God has been kind to you, that He has chosen you today to be here. Listen to this. And then once you get detached, you start feeling responsible. Abhi, you responsible. But the responsibility, not giving ego, but responsibility which is executing by itself. which is expressing by itself, manifesting by itself. May God bless you.
இன்று வெள்ளிக்கிழமை நம் இதய சக்கரத்திற்குரிய நாள், நம் ஆத்மாவிற்குரிய நாள், நம்முள் சிவ தத்துவத்தை வளர்த்துக் கொள்வதற்கான நாள். இன்றைய அன்னையின் அருளுரையை மிகவும் ஆழமாக சிவ தத்துவத்தை பற்றி, அற்றற்ற தன்மை, அற்றற்ற அன்பு, ஆனந்தத்தை பற்றி மாதாஜி விளக்கினார்கள். இவற்றை நாம் நன்றாக உள்வாங்கி சில வினாடிகள் தியானித்து பின்னர் மகா மந்திரம் பாடி குண்டலினி சக்தி எழுப்பி இன்றைய தியானத்தை முடித்துக் கொள்வோம்.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीमहालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमो नमः। ॐ त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकल्की साक्षात् श्रीसहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देव्यै नमः।
Left hand has to be put in front like that, and the right hand is to be turned in a clockwise manner. Let's do it. Like that, you start moving it up, take it up like this, take it up, push back your head and loosen your shoulders and give it a twist. Now you tie it up there. One. You'll see the result just now, the proof of it. Now again do it. Take it up, push back, give another time. Now the third one has to be 3 times you have to tighten. Again do it. It's very simple. Everybody can do it. 1, 2, and 3. Like this. And give a kind of a protection to your aura. Now 1, this one protection to the 7 centers, so 7. Then 2, then again the 3, then the 4, then the 5, all the centers, then to the 6, and then to the 7.
இன்றைய தியானத்தை நாம் இத்துடன் முடித்துக் கொள்வோம். ஃபேஸ்புக் முகநூல் வழியாக இணைந்த அன்பர்கள் அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். நமது அடுத்த தியானம் ஞாயிறு மாலை 7 மணி வழமை போல்.